Hi, my name is Kerry Alhart, and I'd like to share some memories and stories of my friendship with Brent. I heard from my brother and coach, Wayne Alhart, that a new family was moving into Beulah that summer, before my junior year. He said that one of the boys was a pretty good basketball player. Well, come to find out later that both boys were pretty good basketball players, but at the time Eric was still pretty little. And that Brent would be in my class. So I was pretty excited about that, potentially at least, because I knew we were going to have a pretty good basketball team. So, one more good player would really help out a lot. So Brent and I met, and I knew I was going to like this guy. He was tall, around 6'1". Now, you have to understand that back in the day, 6'1" was pretty tall for Beulah. And even though he had this, funny accent, he would become my best friend. But the real test of whether he was a good basketball player was, of course, on the basketball court. So I took him down to the only public basketball court that Beulah had at the time, and we played, and we shot around, and we passed the ball around, and went on to seem like for hours. To say the least, I was impressed. And then I had a chance to meet his wonderful parents, Dad Ralph, and of course his mom Dorothy. They, at first sounded even funnier. Kentucky. Definitely not German. But I thought, I could probably get over that. Ralph seemed to me bigger than life. And I decided that he would be my adopted dad since my dad had passed away. Dorothy, what a sweetheart you are. She made the best sweet tea I'd ever tasted. Well, actually, at the time, I had never tasted sweet tea. Kentucky sweet tea or Southern sweet tea. And it was just wonderful. And so I always wanted to come to their house where Brent and I swear, would drink a half a gallon of this stuff after a hot day of playing, buckets on the courts or after a hard practice. So I decided that I would be the unofficial ambassador to Beulah by introducing Brent to such things as muds at the Beulah drugstore. Hasn't been anything finer since. And to Fleischkekla. Now he thought that was the funniest name for a food that he had ever heard. But after he had some, he loved it. Just like I loved his sweet tea. I also introduced him to another oddity, probably just my family. Cooked green beans with ketchup. And apparently I just found out from Erica that he still did it. That makes me smile. Then I took him out to the coal mine pits, a teenage hangout, if you had a car. And it was a great source of entertainment for us troublemakers, as well as other activities, which I won't go into detail to, protect the guilty. In contrast, speaking of food, Dorothy introduced me to some southern food. Chitlins, grits, and other southern dishes which I eyed with great suspicion. My favorite story? of which Brent and I reminisced only a year ago down in the villages of Florida with lunch with Bev and my wife Deb at a little pizza place. That was, it just thrilled me to see him again. But you know, you always reminisce, and so we did. And the one we always talk about, and I remember Ralph always talking about, was the final game of the regional basketball tournament our junior year. We got that far, but we were getting beat. We were down by 12 points with about 3.5 minutes to go. And we fought and fought and fought and fought, and we closed the gap and closed the gap. And all of a sudden, we were only down by, I think it was 1 point. My memory serves me. And so the Coach Wayne Elhart called a timeout, and this shows how much confidence this team had. He said, "Who wants to take the last shot?" All of our hands shot up. Well, I knew I had the edge since I took the ball out of bounds. I get to call the play. So I did. And the play was to inbound it to Brent, goes around the circle, comes to me in the low corner, and I shoot, score, win the game. I'm the big hero. So, slap the ball. Brent pops out to the low wing. I start moving over, and all of a sudden I look, and I thought, oh my God, he's shooting the ball. So I position myself under the boards for the rebound, and I watch that ball go up and chook right through the net. Not even a rim. We were all so thrilled, and I was so thankful that he took that shot. So I said, "You had the greatest shot." And he said, "But you had the greatest assist." Well, we were going to state, and what an exciting time of our young lives. The Sullivan family was the most kind, supportive, and encouraging family I had ever met. They welcomed me into their home during my dark days of loss and pain. I'll never forget their kindness. They treated me like one of the family. To Eric, you are the spitting image of your dad, Ralph. I swear to God, if I close my eyes, I'm talking to Ralph. And that's a compliment, Eric. You were always that skinny, tag-along kid. And I want you to know that your pain of losing your brother resonates with me in the loss of my brother. The pain can sometimes be unbearable, but please take comfort in knowing I support and care about you, hoping that we bring you some comfort. To Beth, your loss is my loss. Your hurt is my hurt. It was obvious that you and Brent had a special, loving relationship that has lasted for many years. I'll always cherish our time spent over lunch at the villages. Years may pass, but my friendship with Brent always endured over all these years. As we reminisced about our basketball days, he said to me, "Friends for life." No one imagines losing a son, a brother, a dad, or a friend. My message to you is, don't be afraid of the pain. Through the pain and grief, you will regain your strength in life and to live life to the fullest. Enjoy every moment with the people you love. My thoughts and prayers are with you and your family. God bless you.